Alright, so I have gone ahead and I've made all the grab irons. And I'll tell you what, these grab irons are the worst that I've ever made. But I got them in there. And ended up looking something like that. They ain't great, that is for sure. And one of the reasons why I went in and I should have built a jig to do this, and I used that one template from BLM, but I should have built a jig. However, we're past that part. They're on here. We'll see what they look like once they get painted. Maybe they'll be good enough. We'll see. But take a look now at the pieces. This is definitely an old kit, because this resin, which I'm very familiar with, as you know, we made up 130 bulkhead flat cars out of this resin. It's really warped, as you can see right here on the sides, super warped. Maybe you can see. Okay, the sides, they're really warped, really warped. The bottom is really warped. It's not square at all. Now, interesting thing is the next part so right now I'm at the step where in the instructions I'm supposed to assemble these sides together and make basically a box, and this is supposed to fit in there. And what I've got here is we got to do these brake wires, and I don't want to do these with this thing already assembled. I want to do them while it's not assembled, because it is quite difficult, especially since everything is warped. Because when we get here, now if you can see this, I know one of you guys said I got a problem showing close-ups, and so this camera I've got, it's got 5 lenses, and it changes lenses when we're doing close-ups. So if we look at step 2, okay, wait, step 1 we did clean the castings, drill sides, make sure grab irons do not protrude. I did that. Secure each with a tiny drop of super glue. I did that. Then I used the regular cutoff wheel on a Dremel tool to make sure the back is nice and smooth. They are. Okay, and then now it says assemble the sides and ends. Keep everything square. Work on a pane of glass. We've got that all set up. You know, we got that piece of mirror that we do this on, and it's ready to go. Now, file the frame to fit snugly into the body. They should be exactly flush. Now, drill the frame center sill in. Okay, there's a center sill in here somewhere. Somewhere in this thing, there's a center sill. But it says also don't cement. Don't cement the strip in place, or the cross bearers will be difficult to attach. What I'm thinking is, because this thing is so warped, I need to put in all those cross bearers and go to step 3, assemble the brake gear and add it to the underframe. Add as much brake piping and rodding as you desire. Well, you can put a whole lot in here, as you can see. There is a lot of piping that can go in there. There's the brake gear. There's the piping. And you put a lot. I want to do all this. And I got to be smarter about how I bend wire. When we do a locomotive, we bend grab irons. Usually they turn out perfect. But, okay, so what comes with this is these pieces of steel wire. See if I can get one out here. If I can grab it, I can get it out and show you. Show you what we're looking for. There's that piece of wire in there. All right, let's get a tool. This wire right here, if I can grab onto. Okay, this wire. This is some steel wire. Okay, now you're seeing the camera thing. Let me bring it in Okay. See how it switched lenses? Okay. This wire is like super bendable. And what it reminds me of is and it's the same size as this stuff, this jewelry wire. So I'm going to try to use as much jewelry wire as I can, because this wire in here leaves no room for error. With this, I got plenty of it. 24 gauge, copper wire, silver plated. I don't know why it looks gold, but you can get it in different colors. But this, I got enough. I got plenty of this. It's the same size, and we can use it to do all this brake piping. I have seen pictures online where guys did all this and then took pictures of it. It's pretty incredible. And the other thing is, we have to be prepared now. We have to find the trucks for this. And they need this battleship gondola needs Buckeye trucks. Now, I got a bunch of them. And if our story goes 1920, then we should be good enough to use regular Buckeye trucks. See, if I went with the story being 1916, you still have the battleship gondola, you still got the 2 reading flat cars, you still got the crane, but the trucks for this in the 1916 version, they're not the same. And I don't want to do that because I'm putting this in the contest. So we're going to say 1920, and then I'm going to use regular Buckeyes. I'll go find some, and then I got to figure out how they mount and everything. And then there's space left over for where you put the couplers. And I am definitely using 1/48 on this with the snap-on covers, because I got to put a screw in there somehow, and then it can't protrude through the bottom. So I don't know how. We may glue the box on here. That's probably safer, so that we don't end up screwing it in place and then having to worry about how the screw comes through the bottom. But there it is, and this drawing is a scale drawing. So if I set this guy on here, okay, he is, get him right on here the right way, he matches the drawing. So that means I can drill the holes and put all the stuff on, and I can use the paper as the template. I might even use it. See all these little brake wires? I might use this paper and poke holes through it onto the underside. I don't know. I'm going to see if I can try that. We're going to figure it out, and we're going to move on to the next step. And I'll tell you what, I now understand why people really like these. Even though it takes a long time to do them, the more you do them, this is doing some real modeling, which is really actually kind of fun. It is worth your while to try and do one of these. And fortunately, I got help. I know a guy, I told you in Lester, he does it. I got his blog up here right now where he shows you how to do all kinds of stuff. Okay, so let's get up here to the title page so that you guys know. This is Lester's blog. He does not have very many people that follow him. I think you have to send me an email if you want to be on the list for this, because it's a very short list. You send me an email that you want to, about every 45 days or so, he'll send out an email about another resin kit that he's built. It takes him a little while. And he builds them, and then he goes through, like right here, we're on grab irons. We're on bending your own custom grab irons. I thought I knew everything there was, but he does a way better job. And then I don't know what's in here, but I know someone who has it, and I'm going to get it. And then he's got this template that he made that I'm going to have to make. He shows his tools. This, right here. This guy, he made this for grab irons out of styrene. I think I want to make that same thing, possibly out of aluminum. And then he uses a regular analog caliper We have a digital one. He's got some jewelry wires, but here he's got using the jig. And so this is one of the things, and in his index over off to the side, you find it. So he's got dates, but he's also got one here that says grab iron bending. Right. Oh man, you can't even see that, can you? Okay. Grab iron bending, gondola, grab irons. Yeah, he's the guy I call when I need to know something. And he's pretty good at it. Any of you who want to get on his list, he does not spam. He only sends out a notice that he has done something. And I want to say it's like every 45 days or so. It takes him a while to do stuff. But hey, if you want to be on there, it's good. Otherwise, this is what you're looking for. Minneapolis and Northland Railroad Company modeling. You can find it yourself. It's a blog, and it's on Blogspot. Find that, and if you're doing stuff like this, especially if you're doing brake lines, so that's my go-to place. That's how I figure it out. All right, that's enough for now. We're gonna get working on this under frame, and I want to get this thing onto the mirror and start squaring it up and doing the bonding of all the sides and the bottom.